How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Ys Origin, what should very well be the final episode. It's time, once again, for the battle with Dalles, and this time I'm pretty sure I know how to handle it. I've also leveled up once more at level 50, so we'll take a little less damage and deal a little more. Oh crap, I forgot to equip that spirit necklace. You know, if I fail, I'll just go to the title screen again. I'm kicking your ass. Okay, second form. There we go. I was right. Handle them, pelt him, pelt him. Earth shield. And let's see if there's a third form. Come on, almost there. Third form there is. Okay, so that thing's trying to suck me in. Out, what the hell? That's about a third of his life. You know what? I think I know how to handle that next time. And I didn't execute it. Oh, that at least negated some of it. There's the halfway point. See how much we're doing down. actually managed to avoid it that time. Be enough. Almost there. Got him. Ooh. And it looks like that is officially it. So it comes to this. My ambitions foiled by worthless, pathetic, powerless humans. You're wrong about us, Dalles. We may be weaker than you'd like, but we're not powerless by any means. Our weaknesses are what make us strong. They bring us together and help us complement one another with our individual strengths. And by working together, there's nothing we can't do. Such trite naivety. But I suppose you did defeat me with it. Just remember, humans and demons are like two sides of the same coin. Demons were born in the shadow of Ys's prosperity, after all. As long as humans desire that which remains out of reach, the demonic essence will never die. Our kind feeds off of yours. We will always return. So it shall ever be, for all eternity, inescapably. Yunica, please stand back. What you see before you is the demonic essence itself. Oh, okay. But what are you going to do with it? You just leave that to us. Fina, are you ready? I am. It looks like we did it, folks. And Ys rises once more. blue skies return. What? But I was really hoping we could all go back to the shrine together. Why do you have to stay on the surface? Yunica. We gave up our wings to seal away the demonic essence. And a goddess's wings aren't just a symbol of her power, but a vessel for her life's energy. Without them, our time is short. We're going to sleep soon. Likely for a very, very long time. You're going to sleep? I'm afraid so. And there's something we're going to need you to do for us. The seal we've placed on the demonic essence is imperfect at best. Returning the Black Pearl to Solomon's Shrine would be far too dangerous. Even keeping it here would be inviting calamity. Once we've drifted into sleep, both we and the Pearl must be entombed deep within the earth, far from human hands. You mean we're never going to see you again? You may. We will awaken again someday. And when we do, I promise, you'll be the first person we seek out. But you don't know when that'll be, or if I'll even still be around. I lost Dad, and I lost Roy, and now I'll be losing you too. I'm so sorry, Yunica. Please, don't cry. We understand your request, and we shall grant it. You may count on us, both in this and in all future affairs of state while you sleep. Thank you, Father Xian. When you return to the shrine, please tell the priests what has transpired here, and give them our fondest regards. Man, I don't envy you that task one bit. Breaking news like this to the 6 priests won't be easy. Indeed, this will be a day remembered solemnly forevermore. Lady Rhea, Lady Fina, may I ask one final question? Dalles claimed that the demons would never be gone for good as long as we live. My first instinct was to dismiss that as an empty threat from a dying man, but on further consideration I'm forced to wonder. He spoke the truth, I'm afraid. The demons are gone for now, but they will return one day. When that will be and what form they'll take, however, remains a mystery. I see. Should we prepare for that contingency, then? I don't think you'll need to. I have no doubt that when and if it happens, East will prevail, and we'll be there to help make sure of it. It's time, Fina. Lady Rhea! Lady Fina! Such a sour face. Come on, Yunica. At least see us off with a smile. There's a lot for you to be happy about, after all. You've found your own inner strength, and shown bravery beyond the need for magic. We can't thank you enough for everything you've done. You've always been dear to us, Yunica. A true friend in every way. Please promise us that even as we sleep, you'll always remember us fondly. You'll always think of us as friends, no matter what. Lady Rhea, Lady Fina. Of course! How could I ever think of you as anything but? And so the crisis that had brought the land of East to the brink of annihilation was finally resolved, albeit impermanently. Yunica and the others enshrined the goddesses in the Black Pearl deep underground, just as promised. Afterwards, they began preparing to use their remaining magical energy for a return trip to Solomon's Shrine in the heavens. So you're going to sleep too, huh? I guess it will be getting pretty lonely down here. When the goddesses awaken once more, then too shall we. But until such time I bid me respite. Of course. Sleep well, Rhoda. Farewell, daughter of Tova. Farewell, youths of Ys. Is everyone prepared? What, we're leaving already? Yes. Since the tower fell silent, Solomon's Shrine has again begun to arise. The further it distances itself from the surface, the more difficult it will be to maintain transport. Our window of opportunity is small. I too hate to part with this land, but the fact remains our place is in the shrine. There is nothing left for us here. You may proceed, Father Shion. Thank you. Dino, Iolia, if you'd please. Yes, Father. Right away. Please, gather within the triangle we've formed. Do as you did when we first came here. The procedure is largely the same. Yunica? What's wrong? Oh boy. I think I know where this is going. Well, we've been talking it over, and we've decided to stay here. What? Are you serious? I just hate to think of the goddesses being left down in that dark, dingy tomb, all alone and unprotected. I want to stay close to them and watch over them, to make sure nobody disturbs their rest. I'd feel like I was abandoning them otherwise. That's a noble sentiment, but have you really thought this through? I mean, once we're gone, you may very well never see us again. This is your one and only chance to go home. Technically, this is just as much our home as Solomon's Shrine. It's not only the goddesses we'd be abandoning if we left it. Ys has been thoroughly ravaged by the demons, and someone needs to take the first steps towards recultivating the land. Yeah, Yunica and I are completely behind Hugo on that. Someday Solomon's Shrine will find its way back to the surface. And when it does, we want to be here to meet you, and we want Ys to be as beautiful as it was back when we were little kids. We're going to make this barren land shine again. After all, this is Ys. Our Ys. Well, I guess you really have thought it through. I don't think I've ever heard you four sound more determined. It seems we all have our parts to play. They're just on different stages. I hope our absence doesn't cause any undue difficulty for you. It's times like this that I miss being a headstrong young man. Yunica Tova, Holy Knight of Ys, I have one final order for you before we depart. Sir? Watch over the goddesses on our behalf. We'll be much too far away to watch over them ourselves after all. Yes, sir! It won't be easy down here, you know. I hope you're ready for some hardships. I will personally deliver the news of this decision to your families and loved ones, if I may. Thank you, Cecilia. That would be great. And don't worry, Ramona. We're ready for this. I don't know however I can ever repay you all for everything you've done. I'll miss you, and I'll never forget you. Come, our time is short. Dino, Iolia, we must begin the spell. Yes, Father. Understood. So Yunica, Hugo, and the others stay on the surface, while the main group returns to East. And as more rubble falls, East finishes its ascent. And what happens from here, we all know. Well, this is the end of Unica's story of East's origin. And while there are 2 more stories yet to be told, we're going to take a break from this wonderful world, and we will return here when the time is right. But for now, our journey in East is at its end. While more adventures await, their time will come when it comes. But for new grand adventure, one of the greatest adventures ever told, is awaiting us. A legendary classic, and it will begin on Wednesday. I hope you've enjoyed East Origins. I hope you'll look forward to the new series, and we will see you next time on a new Let's Play. Thank you for your support. Please like this video, subscribe, favorite. Throw me any feedback you have into the comments below. And I bid you a fond farewell until next time. Take care.